Hey guys! Okay, so before I get started today, covering today's topic, I wanted to share with you guys this picture that a friend of mine sent me from England. On the left is the kimchi that he ordered, and then on the right is the kimchi fried rice that he made based on the video that I did about a week ago on I think it must be 2 weeks now, about 2 weeks ago, on how to make kimchi fried rice as a food offering for our Guru, His Eminence Tsem Tulku Rinpoche. So this friend of mine in England has gone ahead and attempted the recipe, and he said that he added onions and mushrooms to his fried rice. So those are good additions. I do add those when I have them. What I normally do is I would saute the onions at the very beginning to soften them before I add the kimchi in. Right. So anyway, today what I'm going to talk to you guys about and show you as well is the Doji Shukden Puja that is played over the loudspeakers in Kechara Forest Retreat. So that is actually broadcasted all over KFR every evening, and I'm going to explain to you guys why that is the case and why we do that every evening. Alright, so I'll see you guys shortly. Bye. So do you guys hear that? Do you hear the puja playing over the loudspeakers? So every evening, that's actually the Doji Shukden Kangzo. So every evening that is played over the loudspeakers at Kechara Forest Retreat, and I will explain to you guys why that is. So just going to explain why we play the Doji Shukden Puja on the loudspeakers every night. This tradition started about 5 years ago. This was before His Eminence the 7th Panglung Kuten took trance in Kechara Forest Retreat for the first time. So back then when we were doing the preparations for the... Sorry about the birds. Back then when we were doing the preparations for the trance, Rinpoche arranged for, or instructed for the pujas to start playing. And what Rinpoche said is that in the monastery in India, before the oracle takes trance, which is a monthly event, they would play pujas and music over the loudspeakers in the monastery, and ritual instruments as well. And so whenever they did that, everybody in the monastery knew that Doji Shukden was being invited to take trance of the oracle, and that people should make their way to the Tengkang, the protected chapel, as soon as possible. So Rinpoche started that practice here in Kechara Forest Retreat. Basically every evening when we play the puja, the monthly puja, over the loudspeakers, it's basically heralding and requesting Doji Shukden to come to Kechara Forest Retreat and to abide here and to bless this land with his energy. So yes, Doji Shukden is always here, but when we repeatedly invoke and repeatedly invite him to come and to reside in the land, it's like when you have a guest and you keep asking the guest to come and to continue to stay in your house, the person feels welcome to stay there. So it's along the same lines. And it also blesses the animals, it blesses all the unseen beings that reside on this land, it blesses everyone who stays here, the residents who stay here. So when they hear the puja and they hear the prayers being recited, it blesses them to hear as well. So not just the humans, but also the animals and the unseen beings. And as you guys can hear, the aviary is behind me right there. It's all along down there. And I don't know if you can hear it over the birds, but there are also mantras and prayers being played on a speaker for the birds to hear. So all over Kechara Forest Retreat, what's very nice about living here is that there are a lot of Dharma activities happening all the time. Not just people giving teachings, not just people mantra rolling and making tatas and writing and publishing things online and filming videos and all of that, but also pujas and prayers being recited and retreats being done, prayers being played over loudspeaker and things like that. So just wanted to share with you guys, because I know some of you have come to KFR at a time when the puja has been playing over the loudspeaker, but perhaps I don't think anyone's ever explained to you why. So this is a short explanation of why we play the Doji Shukden monthly puja over the loudspeakers in Kechara Forest Retreat. Can you do it at home? Yes, you can. Can you play whatever puja you want at home every night? Yes, you can. It's not a problem. Yes, you can play mantras and everything for yourselves and for your animals and for whatever unseen beings may be roaming around as well. Alright, so hope you guys found the explanation useful, I'm going to head off and I will get to mantra rolling for today. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so back here in my room, and I hope you found that explanation of the puja useful. If you guys would actually like an MP3 recording of the puja, let me know, and I'll be happy to send it to you so that you can do the same thing from time to time in your homes. Maybe one nice idea might be to play the puja on a low volume on the first Friday of the month before we do our monthly Dorje Shukden Puja. Doing a Dorje Shukden Puja every month, by the way, is one of the commitments of receiving Sokte. So Sokte is the life entrustment ceremony, life entrustment ritual of Dorje Shukden, when the Lama formally introduces you to Dorje Shukden and introduces Dorje Shukden to you, and then a bond is formed during this ceremony. During this ceremony also, Dorje Shukden promises and makes a commitment to you to continue to protect you from lifetime to lifetime until you accomplish and you develop bodhicitta. Alright, so Sokte is an initiation, it's the Dorje Shukden life entrustment initiation. And one of the commitments of having received the initiation is to do the puja of Dorje Shukden every single month. So we haven't received Sokte, so why is it that we are doing the Dorje Shukden puja every month? And the reason for that is very simple. It's the same reason that Rinpoche had for many of the other instructions Rinpoche has previously given, and that is to see whether we are able to hold the commitments or not. Rinpoche was very, very firm in Rinpoche's belief that before we receive any practice or before we receive any initiation, we should always see whether we are able to hold the commitments or not, because it's much better to test it out before we've received the practice than to test it after we've received the practice and then keep breaking the commitments after that. Only find out after we've received the practice and after we receive the commitments that we're not able to hold the commitments. Because breaking the commitments, there are consequences. There is negative karma accumulated from breaking those commitments. So Rinpoche, in his great compassion, always encouraged us to train in holding commitments before we actually receive them. It's the same reason for why we're all wearing white, before we become ordained, before we become monks and nuns. So now that the movement control order is on, it's time for us to contemplate and to think. I know that we are facing travel restrictions and we are all on lockdown mode at the moment, but since the MCO has been implemented, how many of us have actually made the effort to continue to do our monthly Dorje Shukden Puja? Doing our monthly Dorje Shukden Puja was actually Rinpoche's instruction. Rinpoche actually instructed all of his students to attend the monthly Dorje Shukden Puja. And that is to see for ourselves, it's for ourselves to see whether we're able to hold that commitment or not. So like I said, since the movement control order has been implemented and enforced, how many of us have continued to hold that commitment every month? Let's face it, we are all universally terrible at holding our commitments to our teacher, at following our teacher's instructions. And it's not that the lamas don't want to give us Sokte, it's not that the lamas don't want to give us initiation, but the question more is, how are we working and what effort are we making towards making ourselves an appropriate vessel for receiving these practices and for receiving these initiations. If we can't even come to Dorje Shukden Puja, we can't even do Dorje Shukden Puja once a month, how serious are we when we say we want to receive Sokte? Are we saying that we want to receive Sokte because it makes us look good to say it? Or are we saying that we want to receive Sokte because we understand the benefits of receiving it and we genuinely want to hold the commitments and we genuinely want to transform and progress and have the practice, right? So something, like I said, something for all of us to think about since the first Friday of May is coming up, and where we would ordinarily be doing our monthly Dorje Shukden Puja either in Kechara House or Kechara Forest Retreat. For many of us, we will be doing it at home. I will be doing it in my room. The other residents of Kechara Forest Retreat will be doing it in their rooms as well. So yes, now that the first Friday of May is coming out soon, something for you all to think about, something for all of us to think about. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. As usual, please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please follow the Facebook page, like the Facebook page if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions, if there's anything confusing you, anything on your mind, anything bothering you, please get in touch. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And if you have any ideas for things that you would like to see, please let me know, and I will try to make that happen for you, especially if you guys have ideas for content. As for myself, what I'm about to do is get back on my computer because I need to set up for a video interview. It's more like a video chat. It's with a friend in Nepal who was very instrumental in helping us to make the Nepali website, helping us to bring up the Nepali website. So I will be getting on a video call with him later to find out how he's doing and to find out what the situation's like in Nepal, because I've heard some pretty interesting stories about the situation there. So I will be talking to him about that and recording the video call. So I've been I spent yesterday and the first half of today researching how to screen record video calls. So I'll be doing that, and I will share the footage for you guys if it's appropriate. And as soon as it's edited, I will share the footage with you guys. Alright, so I'm off to get that done. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye bye.